Hey guys, I'm Chris with Grander Marine. Today we're going to run this triple 400 V10 38 fountain. It's the first one we received. These are the first motors coming off the line. This is a 2023 38 tournament edition. Fully equipped, forward seat and coffin box. Live wells with the rear seat, tackle center, good equipment. Real nice looking boat. Fountain's doing an excellent job these days. It's probably one of the nicest boats I've ever seen them build. We're gonna see how fast she'll go, we'll see how fuel efficient she is, and we'll do a walkthrough video of it. So one of the newest features you're gonna see on a 2023 38 fountain, doesn't matter if it's the TE or the CC, on the 38 exclusively is the new glass windshield, tailor-made. It's got a vent. Opens and closes. So if you want to make this watertight now, you close that and your whole dash is watertight. They got a glove box up here, wireless charger, phone chargers as well. Flat panel dash. Standard, you're going to get a 9-inch engine display. You're going to get 86 16-inch Garmin's. You're going to get up on the TE, you're going to get a 1 kW transducer standard. If you're getting a radar now, it's going to be the Phantom motion scope Doppler radar. Paints targets pink that are coming at you and green that are going away from you, and red is stationary. All new dash. Less switches on the dash is better. They've got some combined things going on. They got you controlling your underwater lights through your actual Shadowcaster Garmin unit here. Mercury new controls are going to be on here. It's a little bit wider console, gives you a little bit more protection. You can see they still have the double angled footrest here and here. So once again, don't matter if you're tall or short or what have you. I got this one right here to pin myself, or if you're in rough water and you want to lean back, pin yourself right here. It's real comfortable with the helm. 3 cup holders on the dash now. They're moving you to a VHF remote mic here behind the edge of the console here. The console's kind of tapered to knock the wind off you as well. Grab handles. You're getting a Fusion stereo. Something they've added is a high water alarm, which is nice to have. If you're in your boat and that's ever going off, you might check, see what's going on back there. You got two 1,500 to 2,000 gallon per hour SureFlow bilges with the Ultra Junior Mini float switches, which are very reliable. And these lights will light up on the dash here when the bilge pump does come on automatically. Like one of these aft's right here, that light will light up. You get 2 10-inch subwoofers here on this tackle center, or if you get the rear face seat. If you get the 70-gallon live well option, the leaning post, which is really nice, these go to 8-inch subs because of just the depth. That 70-gallon well will be a perfectly round well. So this tackle center's, been upgraded over the years. You've got rod holders and cup holders here for when you're rigging. And how many rods we got up here now? We got what, 8, 9, 10 with the shotgun. Helps you get this double row rod rack, get stuff out of the way. This receives a 110 quart frigid rigid on a slide, or this guy, he ordered the boat, he's going to leave it open, put his own cooler there, or you can use it for tackle bags or what have you, get stuff out the way, because you still have the 4 250 quart floor boxes, the 640 quart front fish box, and now we got a 380 quart coffin box that's insulated, drains overboard. So lots of places to store stuff. Tackle center here, y'all may have seen this before, but I think they did an excellent job of space, giving you drawers, a workstation. This is also kind of if necessary and you got to put baits on it and get it dirty, you can take it on and off. If you want to cut on it, we can get you another one ordered if it gets worn, and I think that's real handy. Another thing we normally do on this TE is this combo rear face seat live well setup. The reason being is you maintain your 2 50-gallon live wells, and even with these cushions in place, you can open them up. But when you're ready to cruise or go from spot to spot, double latch seals. These live wells are pressurized. I'm gonna show you in a second how. And you just snap these babies down, and now you got a comfy rear face seat with a handle for really up to 4 people. You still get an 8 rod rack on the back of the transom. It's an option, but we do have now 8 rod holders on the side of the coffin box, and we have 9 up here, 10 up here. So you may not need that, but those work nice when you're trailering the boat. You don't want your rods to be too high, hitting, power lines and all that fun stuff. Acrylic transom door here with a magnet, you know, a little bit more robust than things used to be. This TE, he chose under gunnel rod racks, and you've got 4 sets of them, so 12 rods under gunnel. That'd also be nice when you're traveling on the highway, you know, get stuff down where people can't see them. Bilge access, still very good for this size boat. So first off, these handles right here, these are for pressurizing your transom live wells. If you shut this valve all the way, it completely shuts off the overflow drain for the live well. And if you do that, now you're really pressurizing the system. I recommend normally you put it about right there. You know, you choke it about at a 45-degree angle, and you can kind of watch it as you're running. If your baits are sloshing, you know, choke it off a little more. And if it's overflowing too much, pull it back a little more. You can see your diaphragm pumps here for your fish boxes. This is your high water alarm right here. You see the 2 bilge pumps. They are 2,000 gallon per hour, and then you got 1,500 gallon per hour live well pumps. These Ultra Junior float switches right here, they're real handy. I usually like to tell somebody, push one all the way down because a little hose clamp holds it, and then lift one up about 1.5 inches. And that way, if you're watching your bilge pumps on the dash, and if the second one that's mounted high comes on, you know maybe the first one's not working or you got a problem. And then if your high water were to come on, you'd have a problem. Fuel selector valves, you got a 150 gallon forward tank, 275 gallon rear tank. This one's on the main. If we want to go to aux, that one's on the aux. Triple engine boat, I normally fill it up and run it like that. You know, they would burn off pretty even. If you want to go fast, it's better to have fuel in the rear. If you want to ride good in rough water, it's better to have some fuel in the front because you can always trim up. This boat's equipped with 4 electric reel outlets. I mean, this is kind of a trolling motor plug, fresh water, raw water, but the 30-amp breaker's right here. You don't have to go to the console to get to it. It's pretty handy. And if you look forward there, Tyler, you'll see the one up under the gunnel there on the front. And we got a swivel base rod holder, standard on the TEs in the front. On the tackle center, we didn't show you this, but on both sides, you get some thick trays, some skinny trays, and a drawer, and that's on both sides. So there's a lot packed in this thing in a small amount of space. These are insulated 250 quart fish boxes. You can use them for, drinks or fish or life vests, whatever you want to put in there. These ones in the middle, I usually tell people those hold ice the best because they're under the shade of the hard top more than the other ones and the gunnel. But you got a diaphragm pump that drains these. If you want to keep them separate, you need to plug at least one of them. Like if you want to put fish in one and you want to put drinks in the other, plug the one with drinks so that your fish blood doesn't come back through to these. But your front fish box, it is well, we're talking fish boxes. It's a 640 quart large box. I can get in there. You can shut the lid on me. Diaphragm pump on that one drains overboard. Coffin box, 380 quart insulated cooler, and it does drain overboard via gravity. So this is a good one for just people putting their bags for the day and getting out of the way, or if you're fishing, bottom fishing, it's a good box. If it's going to be the only box you use, right here in the middle of the boat, works out real nice. You don't have to bend over as far to get them out. You get into your big tunas and your real big fish, this is going to be your kill box. So when I'm fishing, normally I'm bottom fish here, big tunas there. On the 38 TE now, you can get forward seating standard, or if you guys want an open bow, they can offer an open bow as well. We have done some coffin boxes where we did an open bow and mounted a coffin box right here, just like a frigid rigid, and you can still maintain your 360-degree fishability. That's kind of cool because you get 2 coffins and a big fish box. But really, these don't get in the way too much when we're fishing. You've got good access and kind of a step up to the bow here to your casting deck. It's a good place to throw a cast net. I stand up there and throw poppers at tuna. Under the forward seats, additional dry storage, place for life vest or what have you. Stays pretty dry in there, being so high above the deck. These also really, they can kind of double as a bed to lay down on. If you see this gap right here, It's kind of nice when you're riding. You just kind of tuck your leg up under there and it stabilizes you. Or if you're sleeping at night and the boat's rocking, you just kind of tuck part of your body under there and you don't get pushed off. We have them putting a cup holder, rod holder right here. Reason being, you know, if you're riding in this seat and want a cup holder, it's going to be right here. Swivel base rod holder on the bow so you can sit down and run your electric reel for, you know, your groupers or swordfish or whatever, and be sitting down watching it. Kind of if you go around the perimeter of this, you'll have a rod holder everywhere you might need it. You know, if you want a deep drop here or chunk, or here, if you want to run some dredge booms right here and run your electric reel outlet, you can. Coming back to the cockpit, you know, you got your rigger baits, your flats, and then this cup holder is a 90-degree if you want to deep drop right here with this electric reel outlet or make a drift. So on the top of this hard top, it's real sleek, clean. You do have integrated speakers, integrated lights, red, white, and blue. This gadget right here raises and lowers your anchor light. The anchor light's about a 3-foot mast. Gonna come in here and visit the console rigging. All right, so coming down here to the console, I've always liked, you know, there's not a ton of space, but there's everything you need. And most important of all, good access to your rigging. And they may not have utilized the space in here to make the console bigger, but I usually leave this open. That way you can keep an eye on things. You know, if you got a problem, you can see what's going on. So they've gone to the Odyssey batteries right here. Done a good job with those because you can see how easily they're taken in and out, but they're secure, locked down. You know, this is a 80+ mile-an-hour boat, so you don't want these things bouncing around. Trim tab pumps right here, easy to access the solenoids. Oh, and I will tell you, I've had some customers before, these solenoids will go out, okay? Right here, if you get a trim tab and it's sucked down, and you take a screwdriver or a piece of metal, and you touch those together, it'll make the trim tab go up. This will make the trim tab go down. It's just, you know, you have a boat for 3 or 4 years, these solenoids will go out. 4-bank battery charger is standard on the boat. And coming back around, still got your fuses labeled right here, and another if you want to add some stuff and fuses in there. And they've just done a good job of cleaning things up. All right, so the fountain has this battery breaker system keys right here. It's important to know what you got. This toilet, that is the overboard discharge for the head. All right, I can hear it running right now. So you only want that on if you're overboard discharging. You got a Y valve that lets you overboard discharge or get it sucked out with the vacuum at the marina. And you turn your water pump on, and that allows this guy right here to get water in the bowl. But you almost want to put a sign, don't push that, you know, to operate the toilet. That's for overboard discharge. 3 batteries right here for the engines. They are isolated from the house, which means if I run the house, I cannot kill the engine batteries. All right, I cannot parallel them. If this one dies and you crank this one, the alternator will start charging this one. But it has to go through this relay or through this relay to charge. This parallel only parallels these starting batteries. So if you got a bad engine battery, you parallel. Once again, these breakers, you know, you see this, you can pop them out. You know, like if you had a bilge pump that got stuck on and there was a problem, or you were on the trailer and you're not able to plug the charger in, you could do that. I don't recommend it, because if you forget that they're on, unplugged, you know, you got a problem. But these breakers right here, you know, you can see the electric reels, the amps, you know, stereo breaker was actually tripped, and your keys right here. Now for the fun part, let's take these triple V10s for a spin. All right, so triple V10s, here we go. We're sitting at dead idle, burning a gallon of motor, bumping ahead. We only got like 60 gallons of fuel in the boat. We're fixing to go add some more. You'll see it come up. But info, yeah, we ran the boat quickly yesterday. Boom, 82 miles per hour. That's impressive. She's swinging the 31-inch Revolution X 4 blades. Only prop currently available for the 400 V10, but I was impressed. She handled well. You know, 31 props, I was thinking we're going to be really tall, you know, to hit that top number, but you'll see here in a second, she came on plane fairly easily. So let's feed these 30 cylinders back there. Running against the wind and against the current, actually. Over 70 in no time. That's 77 real quick. I ain't cruising 45. We're 1.25, close to 1.3. Not too shabby. Let's bumper on up. A lot of stern lift to these drives. Feel it faster we go. It's lifting, lifting the stern a good bit. Even though we're trimmed, the bow's still tracking true. That's pretty good numbers against the wind, huh? They just hit lean burn mode. You saw it jump to 1.1 to 1.23. Got the lean burn on these, kind of like the V8s. A lot of positive trim. And she busted 80 miles per hour. Dragging a little tab too. Going 72, hitting 0.85. Pretty good for a triple engine. Nice cruising speed. Let me kick her up one more time here. 79 and change to 80 out of the inline 6 400s. These were pulling harder though.